Let's say you're buying a car. You find one you like, a nice used sedan, $28,000. Your monthly payment is around $500. You think, I can handle $500 a month. That's manageable. But here's what most people don't realize: the monthly payment is one of the smallest costs of owning a car. When you add everything up, depreciation, insurance, fuel, maintenance, taxes, and interest, that $500 a month car is actually costing you closer to $900 to $1,100 every single month. And over 5 years, that's not $30,000 you've spent on a car. It's $60,000. That gap, between what people think a car costs and what it actually costs, is one of the biggest financial mistakes people in their 20s and 30s make. Not because they're careless, but because nobody tells them to look past the sticker price. Today we're going to break down every real cost of car ownership, show you what your car is actually costing you, and give you a simple rule to make sure your next car decision doesn't quietly drain your finances for years. Let's start with the cost that hits you hardest before you even leave the dealership: depreciation. Depreciation is the loss in value your car experiences just from being owned and driven. And the numbers are brutal. A brand new car loses roughly 15 to 20% of its value in the first year. By the end of year 3, it's lost about 40%. By year 5, close to 60%. So if you buy a new $35,000 car, it's worth around $28,000 after year 1, even if you barely drove it. After 5 years, it's worth about $14,000. You lost $21,000 just to the passage of time. That's $4,200 per year, or $350 per month, before you've paid a single dollar in gas, insurance, or repairs. This is why financial advisors say buying brand new is almost never the smartest move. The steepest depreciation hit happens in years 1 through 3. If you buy a car that's already 3 years old, someone else already absorbed that depreciation cliff. You get a car that still has plenty of life left, at a fraction of the original cost. Next cost: insurance. Insurance is highly variable depending on your age, driving history, location, and the car itself. But for a typical person in their mid-20s driving a mid-range sedan, expect to pay $150 to $250 per month for full coverage. That's $1,800 to $3,000 per year, and it goes up if you have any incidents on your record. Many people shop for the cheapest car they can find, then are surprised when the insurance costs more than the car payment itself. This is especially common with sports cars, luxury brands, and older vehicles that lack modern safety features. Before you buy any car, get an insurance quote first. It takes 10 minutes and can completely change the math on whether that car actually fits your budget. Next up, fuel. The average American drives about 12,000 to 15,000 miles per year. Depending on your car's fuel efficiency, you're looking at anywhere from $100 to $250 per month in gas, or if you're driving a truck or SUV, potentially more. When comparing cars, don't just look at the sticker price. Look at the miles per gallon. A car that gets 25 miles per gallon versus one that gets 35 miles per gallon might save you $80 to $100 per month, which is $1,000 a year, every year you own it. Over 5 years, that's $5,000 in savings just from choosing the more fuel-efficient option. Electric vehicles change this math significantly. Electricity is cheaper than gas, and home charging keeps costs very low, but they come with their own trade-offs around upfront cost and range. Now let's talk about maintenance and repairs, the wild card. New cars typically come with manufacturer warranties and have lower maintenance costs in the first few years. But as a car ages past 60,000 to 80,000 miles, costs start climbing. Tires, brakes, belts, fluids, and unexpected repairs add up. The commonly cited estimate is 9 cents to 15 cents per mile in maintenance costs. At 12,000 miles per year, that's $1,080 to $1,800 per year, or $90 to $150 per month. Some years will be cheaper, some will be much more expensive. The smart move is to treat this as a non-negotiable budget line and save for it proactively, so a $600 repair doesn't feel like a crisis. Reliability data matters here. Consistently reliable brands like Toyota and Honda have measurably lower lifetime maintenance costs than brands with more complex engineering. That matters over a 5 or 7 year ownership period. Let's put it all together for a real example. Say you buy a used $28,000 car with a 5-year loan at 7% interest. Your monthly payment, around $554. Depreciation cost per month, roughly $250, used car, lower rate than new. Insurance, $175. Fuel, $150. Maintenance average, $120. Registration and taxes, approximately $30 per month annualized. Total, approximately $1,279 per month. Not $554. Not even close to $554. The payment is less than half the actual cost. This isn't designed to scare you. Car ownership is often necessary and the math can still work. But you need to see the real number before you commit, not the dealership's number. Here's the rule that makes this simple, the April 20th, 10 rule. Put at least 20% down. Finance for no more than 4 years. And keep your total car costs, payment plus insurance, under 10% of your gross monthly income. If you earn $5,000 a month before taxes, your car payment plus insurance should be no more than $500 total. That's tight, but it's the threshold where car ownership stays manageable without crowding out savings, rent, and everything else. If the car you're looking at blows past that threshold, you have 3 options: choose a less expensive car, save a bigger down payment, or wait until your income grows. Any of those choices puts you in a better financial position than stretching for a car you can barely afford. One more consideration that often gets skipped: the opportunity cost. Every dollar you spend on a depreciating asset is a dollar not going into an appreciating one. If you're making payments on a $28,000 car, that's money that isn't going into an index fund, a retirement account, or an emergency fund. This doesn't mean you should never buy a car. It means you should be intentional about which car you buy. A reliable used car at $14,000 instead of a new car at $28,000 isn't just saving you $14,000 upfront, it's potentially $14,000 that compounds in an investment account for 30 years, turning into significantly more. The goal isn't to drive the cheapest car possible. The goal is to make a decision where the car serves your life without dominating your finances. To sum up, the true cost of owning a car includes depreciation, insurance, fuel, maintenance, registration, and loan interest. Together, these can easily double or triple your monthly payment. The April 20th, 10 rule gives you a clean guardrail. And buying used, particularly a car that's 3 to 5 years old, lets you sidestep the worst of the depreciation curve. Know the full number. Make the decision with eyes open. A car is one of the biggest financial commitments most people make in their 20s, treat it like one. If you found this useful, the next video covers index funds, explained simply, because once you're not overpaying for a car, you need somewhere good to put that money instead.